In the quiet village of Umuakachi, there lived a young woman named Nneka, the only child of Okonkwo and Mamaduka. Their compound echoed with the warmth of laughter and the smell of yam porridge simmering in clay pots. Nneka was loved deeply by her mother and respected by her father, though he was a man of few words and strict discipline. But joy, like the morning dew, does not last forever. When Nneka was just 19, her mother fell ill and passed away under a sorrowful moon. The wails of mourners filled the village air, and Nneka's world was never the same. 3 moons later, Okonkwo took another wife, Adaku, a woman of dazzling beauty and a silver tongue. At first, Adaku treated Nneka like her own, showering her with kindness and gifts. Villagers whispered praises, "She is a true mother." But behind Adaku's smile was a hunger, sharp and silent, waiting to devour. In time, Adaku gave birth to her own children, 2 boys and a girl. That was when the mask of kindness began to slip. Nneka's meals grew smaller, her chores heavier. Adaku would speak softly when Okonkwo was near, but the moment he left, her voice turned to venom. She spread rumors that Nneka was cursed, that she whispered to the shadows, that her presence soured the pot and withered leaves from trees. Okonkwo, once a strong and respected farmer, began to fall sick. His limbs grew weak, his harvests failed, and he grew suspicious. And when the village goats began dying mysteriously, Adaku seized her chance. She convinced the villagers and even the dibia, the village priest, that Nneka was the cause, that she was an abomination, a bringer of misfortune. The dibia Ezeaka, publicly declared her cursed. The villagers turned their eyes away from her, and even her father could no longer defend her. Nneka was shunned, isolated, broken in silence. But what no one knew was that Nneka's late mother had left her something, an old anklet, worn and wrapped in white cloth, said to be a relic of the goddess Idemili, guardian of women, truth, and justice. One night as Nneka wept by the stream, her mother's spirit appeared in the water's reflection. "You are not alone," she whispered. "The truth lives in your blood." The anklet began to glow. Nneka felt strength she had never known, visions, dreams, voices in the wind. The spirits showed her things. A hidden calabash of poison buried near the kitchen, the false prophecies Adaku fed to the dibia, and the blood rituals performed in secret to bind dark spirits to her will. During the next village gathering, Nneka appeared barefoot, dressed in white, her anklet shining. She stood tall before the people who had spat at her name. Her voice trembled at first, but when she spoke, it echoed like thunder. She revealed everything: the poison that had weakened her father, the charms buried under his sleeping mat, the twisted lies whispered into the dibia's ears. One by one, she placed evidence before them: uncovered calabashes, soiled scrolls, sacred items desecrated by Adaku's greed. At that moment, the sky darkened. A storm began to stir. The ancestral spirits, guardians of truth, descended in glowing masks and flowing garments. They circled the square, and in their presence, Adaku broke. She screamed, denied, begged, but it was too late. The ancestors had seen all. As thunder rolled across the sky, Okonkwo collapsed in tears. Adaku's youngest child fell ill and died that very night. The villagers, once blinded by fear, now knelt in shame. Justice had come, but it came with pain. Okonkwo begged his daughter's forgiveness, but Nneka, with tears streaming down her face, only nodded in silence. Days later, as the sun rose over Umuakachi, Nneka was seen walking alone down the red clay road, her mother's anklet still gleaming around her ankle. She carried no bundle, no bitterness, only the strength of a woman who had faced darkness and walked through it.